Welcome to New Mexico State University, the proud home of the Suborbital Center of Excellence. The Center of Excellence provides a wide variety of exceptional experiences to students through programming that begin at New Mexico State University and extend to other universities throughout the country. The overarching goal of all the programs at the Suborbital Center for Excellence is to promote the interest and educational excellence in science and engineering fields, to increase the number of college graduates that we produce who have an interest in suborbital programs as a career focus and their career choice. The Suborbital Center for Excellence has a unique opportunity to work with Hispanic and other minority students to ensure that the next generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers matches the diversity of the United States.
The Suborbital Center of Excellence is important to NASA because what we're trying to do is recruit students into the suborbital areas of science. I am really excited about the Suborbital Center of Excellence. We started out very small with small ideas and hoped that we would create a premier center, which I think we have in a very short time. Hands-on work in the balloon program, the sounding rocket program, scientific aircraft, which includes manned scientific aircraft, unmanned scientific aircraft. There's a lot of opportunity right now. The Suborbital Center of Excellence is an exciting opportunity for any student that would be interested in even thinking about coming into suborbital sciences. It's so important to NASA because we're bringing recruits in that's going to be the future for our space program, especially in the suborbital areas.
There is a need for bridging the gap between what we teach in class, the theory, okay, and what the practice is, okay, of such technologies. And this semester we are involved in a Capstone design research project with the Physical Science Laboratory, okay, that is being funded by the Suborbital Center of Excellence. And students, 3 students, are actively pursuing the design of an autonomous helicopter system. Our goal is to build intelligent systems that can make autonomous decisions on their own based upon some given criteria. So that really constitutes onboard machine intelligence that can be useful for many different purposes. You know, research and education are together. They are both hand in hand. They are like separating the brain from the rest of the body. Whatever we teach becomes research. Whatever research we do, we teach. Well, there is a kind of a mission and a vision of NASA that says that what anyone else cannot do, okay, we will. Okay. So with that in mind, I would say that with our vision of building systems of the future that are very smart, okay, and we can do that in an educational environment, all levels of academics, okay, into picture. I strongly believe that NASA can contribute and bring to the universities the types of research that can be conducted and that should be conducted, so that all of our young future engineers are trained at the university to handle space-related type of work.
I have a remote control landing system which was designed to control the payloads of our balloon projects. They were designed so that our payload systems could be remote controlled instead of just landing straight into the ice or wherever we deployed from. It has 2 pulleys on it where it can pull from either side. It's controlled by motors, and our antennas control on the ground, control which direction you want to go for. It benefits me tremendously. I mean, it gives me real-world situations. Well, I've always wanted to work for NASA. NASA has greatly done things for our scientific community and our engineering. We do the Suborbital Center because we do unmanned airplanes, which benefit also our military. The balloon systems, which you cannot detect on a radar, it goes right out the edge of our stratosphere. So I found it extremely interesting when I first came down here. It gives them real work situations, and it gives them the technology to know that the workforce isn't all that bad.
First, I work in a talking paper about UAV's classification. There's no official UAV classification right now, and that paper was turned into some people on the market to get some feedback. 2 programs that we developed that were using a software tool called LabVIEW, and those programs, both the real-time access and the computer simulator, they're used by NSBF and NSBF in Palestine, Texas right now. And we get some feedback that they really like those programs. Finally, I have been working right now on what is called the Fuzzy Autonomous Helicopter. It's part of our senior project and in conjunction with Dr. Prasad. Especially suborbital science. I didn't know what suborbital science was, so that gave me a new perspective of where can I apply my area of expertise in my career, which is control. Also, everything, of course, the experience, the work experience that you don't get on school, the practical perspective that you don't have in school, because in school is the theory, the knowledge, but now best way that I can have to the future for my career.
Currently in the Suborbital Center of Excellence, I'm working on a project in which we're trying to develop a lightweight, low-cost pressure vessel. With this pressure vessel, we're actually trying to develop an environment or create an environment for electronics to work in at higher altitudes and still perform as if they were still here on the ground. This is allowing students the great opportunity to work with faculty, with other students, with different mentors from their respective fields, and it's also providing us the opportunity to work with real-world experience projects. The reason that I think that the Suborbital Center of Excellence is a great asset to a university is because of these reasons, these facts. This program allows us great opportunity to work in real-world experience while also being in school.
At this moment, I'm working on two different projects. I'm working on the power beaming demonstrator, which is funded by NASA, and I'm also working on autonomous helicopter, which is my senior design project. As of this time, I'm working on the power beaming demonstrator. This project consists of two different things: a power supply to power this rotorcraft and the actual design of a rotorcraft. Throughout the process of this year, we've actually been able to create different types of rotorcrafts to complete this project. Along with all this knowledge acquired and experience, this has been a great opportunity for me to learn and actually work with professional engineers. All these things has the SCE, Suborbital Center of Excellence, provided for me.
First project I worked on at the SCE was the Advanced Thermal Technology Test Bed. It dealt with 3 different ways of cooling electronics on balloon payloads. The original design, which just radiates the heat into the deep space. The project I'm currently working on is Dropsons. I think the SCE Suborbital Center is a great thing for NASA and the university because it allows the students to have an on-campus job that pays pretty well. It gives them opportunities to work on actual engineering projects instead of going to somewhere and just working at a computer lab or something. And it's great for NASA because they get to have projects done that might otherwise be stuck on the back burner.
I'm working on a project that has to do with a high-altitude balloon that could keep station over a particular geographic region. By drawing in and expelling atmospheric air, we could allow it to remain stationary while ascending and descending by making the component of the lift equal to the drag. The potential advantage of doing this is that we can provide many of the functions that satellites perform at a much lower cost. This technique was already used before by the Navy with sea gliders. The idea is sea gliders can travel through the sea using very little power by varying their buoyancy. My advisor, Dr. Leslie, and I both have expertise in experimental and numerical fluid mechanics. Together with the expertise already at the SCE, we can develop a prototype. My project with the SCE is very innovative and will really allow me to apply my engineering education.
My project involves investigating the feasibility of adding dropsons to scientific balloons. Dropsons would provide a low-cost means of accessing many different types of atmospheric measurements that scientists have not previously been able to get. Our annual student conference provides an opportunity for children from all over the area to experience scientific ballooning firsthand. Faculty members on campus are excited about working with the Suborbital Center. It gives them an opportunity to do aerospace research right here on campus that they haven't had previously.
The current project that I'm working on is called the Advanced Thermal Control Test Bed. The main purpose of this project was to gain testing for unused thermal control devices. Basically, NASA will not allow the balloons to fly with untested thermal control devices. The purpose of this project is to test new thermal control devices. The 2 types of technologies that we're testing is louvers and heat switch. What attracted me to the SEC is the opportunity to gain real-world engineering experience while working with some really good engineers. Working at the center has helped my education experiences greatly.
Hi, my name is Javier Serna. I'm currently studying electrical engineering. I'm here to discuss the project that I'm working along with Suborbital Center of Excellence. Basically, the purpose of my project is to design a drop zone that measures 5 crucial parameters that we know are of interest to NASA's Balloon Program Office. These parameters consist of Earth albedo, Earth IR, solar load, humidity, and specific trace gases. We hope that as the drop zone is descending from the balloon's payload, it can collect this data, send it back to the MET receiver, and then back to the ground station where the NASA engineers can go ahead and collect the data. The Suborbital Center of Excellence has provided me with the proper training and experience that I will need to succeed in the future.
The preceding was a production of New Mexico State University. The views and opinions in this program are those of the author and do not necessarily represent the views and opinions of the NMSU Board of Regents.